Hey guys, Bones Best here, back on another video. Today we're doing a comparison between the AAT and the Republic Fighter Tank. And we're going to be going over three categories. First is going to be comparing the features. So like movability of the guns on it and the features that it has, like compartments and stuff along those lines. Next we will be going over each individual minifigure. And then finally we will have an evaluation to see which one is better for the price. I did find a sale for the AAT on Amazon, so more on that later. First is the AAT. We're going to be going over the features. And starting at the top, it's going to be kind of hard to see with this lighting, but you can open this compartment. Not a very big compartment, if you can see. So you really have to cram the droid down in here, which is a bit of a downside, but he fits still. You cannot have a blaster with him while you do that, though. Then we can see the range of mobility with the cannon, and it spins all the way around quite nicely. These side cannons, or guns, can go all the way back to there and down to there, obviously. And then this side is the same, obviously. Next, we have the compartment here. So this would be where the second droid goes. Would go right down in there. There's some nice detailing with control panels on either side, so it looks like, you know, the droid's supposed to go there. And this side does have enough space to fit a droid nicely in there with a blaster. So that's nice, unlike up in the top compartment where you have to really cram them in with no gun with them, with no blaster. And finally, we have one last feature, which is going to be the spring-loaded shooters. So you can see this moves quite a bit for what's supposed to look like it's stationary there, but what you do is you pull this down and it shoots the spring-loaded shooter. Works quite nicely. So yeah, that's the features for the AAT. Now I will do the Republic Fighter Tank. Now, the Republic Fighter Tank may look like it's a pretty sturdy build. It is for the most part, but these antennas do fall off quite frequently. For example, you just bump it, falls right off. I will fix that real quick. So now I will cover the features, of course. So this top compartment obviously can fit a clone in here for the driver. I do have a lot of trouble trying to open it, unless you really have like a decent amount of fingernail there to like get the edge and pull it open. It's pretty hard to get open. But once you do, obviously a very nice and spacious compartment. You could maybe even fit a second clone there. I don't think you could, but maybe you could really try. But this is mostly for one clone. You can even stand him up. For example, you can stand him up inside, and he can look like he's looking out, and then you can close it like that. So, yeah, it's a pretty nice compartment. Much more space than the AAT's top compartment. The guns go down to there, and all the way to the back to there. And then we have the front compartment here. And as you can see, there's a decent amount of space in there, definitely more than the AAT, but you could put a clone down there technically, but it looks like it's supposed to be for cargo, not so much a troop transport. And then when we come around to the back, there is a door that lowers down that can act as a ramp for the most part. I mean, it doesn't go down all the way, but it's supposed to be like a ramp, I guess. And then you can load your cargo. The set does not come with any cargo, so you'd have to, you know, build it yourself or whatever you want. But yeah, there's a decent amount of space, so you can access it from the front and the back. And then finally, kind of hard to see, but there are, or because I didn't really show it, but there's a spring-loaded shooters here. I will load it and show you how it works. So I have the spring-loaded shooter loaded. And as you can see from the back, it's not too noticeable. I mean, from the front, it's not too noticeable. From the back, you can see it really hangs out the back a lot. Doesn't look great, but it is what it is. So you can take it, and bam. That's how it works. I'd say the spring-loaded shooters work better on this one, but that is because it's a newer set, so the springs are obviously newer. So the first minifigure here is Ahsoka, and as you can see, there's leg and torso printing, and obviously face printing, you know, standard. But I must say the torso and leg printing looks very good. Take off the headpiece, and you can see, very detailed, does what it needs to do. And you can come around the back, you can see her second face and the back print. Pretty nice minifigure. Next we have the Ahsoka Trooper, and it's basically the same as a 501st Trooper, just with a different helmet print. And you can see there is obviously the same printing as a 501st Trooper. See around the back, exact same printing, it's just a new helmet, and that helmet looks quite nice. And yeah, that's about it for this minifigure. Now there are two of these battle droids. I forgot to mention that the Ahsoka Trooper has only appeared in the set so far, and the set came out 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, that's what LEGO likes to do. So there's two of these battle droids. They're not like the plain ones. These are like the Kashyyyk forest style ones. Obviously there's some printing on the head, and there's a green molded, what would you call that? Like the chest piece for the battle droid. And yeah, that's it. There's a little place on the back. I mean, droids are quite common. Really probably shouldn't have to show you the droids. Moving on to the Republic Fighter Tanks minifigures, we have first, of course, Mace Windu. This is like one of my favorite minifigures so far that they've done of Mace Windu. He looks great. As you can see, chest printing, leg printing, that's the standard, but we get arm printing, and it looks phenomenal. He does only have one face because it would look weird, because he doesn't have a hairpiece, obviously, he's bald. But yeah, arm printing looks very good on this minifigure, and back printing, of course. So he has one face, of course, no headpiece, so it wouldn't be able to cover up the back face, and purple lightsaber, of course. And unfortunately, the same hilt that they've always been using, which is what it is. Next, we have the Mace Windu Troopers. I forget their Legion. I think it's like 330, or no, I forget the Legion. But anyway, they're the purple clone troopers. They are not canon. These are legends, so they're not going to be really seen in many other sets than this one. LEGO does not typically do legends characters, and clone troopers as well. But yeah, as you can see, nice torso printing. Helmet print obviously looks great. They have like the perfect purple going on here. And there's even foot printing, which obviously the Ahsoka Trooper had foot printing as well, but as you can see, it's much more apparent as it's purple on this guy. And you can go around to the back, and of course, there's back printing, and that strap goes around from the front and onto the back, as you can see. And we have the Airborne Trooper, of course. Last we did the Phase 2, which there are two of, and there was only one Airborne Trooper. As you can see, nice chest printing and leg printing that is different from the Phase 2, which is nice. It's different printing. As you can see, there's a waist cape printed on, unfortunately not a physical one, and there's two straps rather than one that goes around to the back on the printing. As you can see, looks quite nice. And of course, he has a bit different of a blaster. They've been using this a lot, and it looks quite nice. Maybe a little long, but I'd say the minifigure's just fine. And last, but definitely least, of course, is the battle droid. But of course, you have to have some separatist forces to fight against the Republic. And it's just a battle droid, nothing too special. I mean, it's the cheapest LEGO Star Wars minifigure for a reason. He's really common, and yeah, that's it. And finally, we are on to the conclusion. So they're both the same price, but like I said, I found a sale for the AAT, which is probably because it's retiring soon, as it is almost 2 years old. Came out all the way back in 2020, while the Republic Fighter Tank came out earlier this year. So it is $8 off, which makes it $32 rather than $40, but both these sets at a normal price are, of course, $40. The piece counts are essentially identical, except for the AAT having about like 20 more pieces or so, but that's because it uses smaller pieces compared to the tank, which uses larger pieces. And as you can see, now we have the minifigures as a comparison, and they really can't be compared. You get 3 clones, Mace Windu, and 2 droids. On this side, you get a clone, a Jedi, and then 2 droids. Like, it's not really comparable. You get 2 more clones with this set for the same price, but it may be more of an idea of getting this set. Might be a better deal with that $8 off, so it's $32. might be a better deal than what it seems like. And not to mention the canon's very inaccurate, while the set for the most part is accurate. With that being said, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, a like would be much appreciated, and if you'd like to see more comparisons, let me know in the comments. This was Bobo Knows Best, signing out.